burger, a meat-type burger. Larry, great to have you on the show. Thank you so very much for joining us. And the reality is you've actually been in the veggie burger space since 1994, but it was a pure vegetable burger as opposed to a meat alternative burger. Yeah, and now you're getting into the space. You've done a lot of research. You've been working on this for a year and a half, but you're going up against some tough competition, Beyond Meat, Impossible, and other players. How do you plan to do this?
So we've been around for 25 years. Over the past few years, there's been a tremendous amount of attention brought to the category. We recently created the perfect burger. Worked on it for, as you said, a year and a half. We recently launched it at the National Restaurant Association show and got tremendously positive feedback. We wanted to take a burger, make it taste like meat, give you the experience of meat, but also we wanted to elevate the product. So we are using clean, recognizable ingredients. You can turn over the back of the box and recognize everything that's on there. Superior nutritional, so we're using less sodium, less fat, way less saturated fat. And we're also going further and infusing the products with vegetables, which really ties back to the DNA of Dr. Praeger's products.
Because originally you had sort of just a pure veggie burger, and now it's meat alternative kind of play, which other players are doing as well. But you're talking about clean ingredients. And I guess that over the last few weeks, people are saying, are these alternative meat burgers healthy? Too much sodium? Can't recognize what they are, way highly processed. Is that going to be your differentiating factor? Yeah,
that's kind of always been our differentiating factor. It's always been about clean, recognizable ingredients. All of our products are non-GMO verified. A lot of them are gluten-free, vegan, and we use third-party certifications to kind of give that extra assurance and transparency to the consumer.
Full disclosure, I'm vegetarian, so I'm into this space, but I don't live here, so I haven't tried your stuff as yet. But the reality is it's a movement that is growing, and it could be worth billions of dollars down the line. When you look at how Beyond Meat has been performing after its IPO, I mean, that's pretty extraordinary. And at the same breath, you've also been seeing growth year on year over the past 5 years, north of 30%. How much room is there for growth right now?
I think there's a lot. I mean, if you look at the market itself, it's very small in comparison to regular meat. It's about $1 billion in the U.S. compared to $100 billion in the U.S. for meat. And there's a big opportunity to try to get that up to 4 to 10%, and that's just domestically. And then of course on an international level, it's going to be much larger.
So I know frozen food space, at a store, that's kind of been your play over the past few years. But you want to get into restaurants aggressively, and how quickly can you do that?
We can do it pretty quickly. Our business is about 12% in the food service restaurant space. We have a good team behind us building out the products portfolio. We have great distribution nationally, and we're hoping to get to about 1,000 restaurants by the end of the year.
So you've done a lot of R&D to produce this burger, so it must have cost a lot of money. How much does it actually cost to produce alternative meat? I mean, and that's the thing, like, is it economically viable? Are you going to get your money back for each burger that you sell?
Yeah, I think we will. I mean, for Dr. Praeger's, we're a pretty lean company. We're a family business. We're based out in northern New Jersey. So our R&D team probably consists of 6 people. So it's not a huge organization like that. And we also self-manufacture. So everything we're actually producing, about 98% of it, is made out of New Jersey.
But are you going to have good margins on this alternative meat burger? I mean, initially, or are you going to be loss-making on that specific product, and then your other products that are, very well, established in your business, going to be pushing up and propping up that business?
Yeah, because of our ability to be lean and manufacture, our margins are pretty healthy on that line.
But is that burger going to be economically viable in itself, that product?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With the R&D and the cost of manufacturing, because you've had to build new infrastructure to accommodate this new product.
Yep. Yeah, recently, for about the past year and a half, we've been building out a new production line. So we currently have 2 production lines. We have a third that's a high-speed line that'll actually double our capacity. So we've obviously made a large investment in machinery, but we also have really aggressive growth plans for the next few years, and we've been meeting them. So we suspect that we'll be able to fill up that pipeline within 3-4 years.
And there's so many entrants within this space, and the question is it going to be enough demand? And I know we're talking about it growing, but it could be overheated as well. It's going to be a battle of the burgers, do you think? in the States?
No, I think it's going to be about differentiation. Part of the reason we went into burgers that do taste more like meat versus veggie is really just to appeal more to our consumer base. You know, everyone's looking for something different, but we believe people will be happy to try either type, whether it's veggie or meat. And some of the things we're working on now are even a hybrid between the two, where they have a lot of veggies in them and they also have protein.
Are you going to be embarking on IPO? Do you think you want to go public?
No, haven't really been considering that at all.
All right, thank you so very much, Larry. Good to have you with me here at the New York Stock Exchange. Much appreciated. So that's